Mm. Look at the glass there. Look at the glass there. Hmm. What's that mean? Message. Right, there's no message on this. Anyhow, anyhow. I'm picking you up in here. Too loud. Hearing retard. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, school bell ring, back to school again. R-A-T rat, C-A-T cat. Look at that, look at that. Okay, good night to everyone. Good night, good night, good night. Couple of minutes late, but I'm here. Welcome to each and everyone who is participating in this live tonight. I welcome you. Welcome to you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It won't be a very long live, which I don't really do a long live. How is your How is your weekend? How did you spend your Saturday? Did you make your beef soup for those people who do soup on weekend? For those in the other part of the world, how did you enjoy your day? Maybe today, as it is now, it may be Sunday in your neck of the woods. Or in some places, it may be Monday, closing onto Monday. For whatever time zone you are in, accept my appreciation to you. For those that are on TikTok, because they have some followers on TikTok. I had not been on TikTok for a little while. I welcome you, and if any of you is listening, could you please join me on the YouTube live? We're going to have a very short discussion here, just highlighting a few things and some things that are very passionate to me. For those that are have to go to work, can't call out, but have to go to work, have a good night. It will be stressful, but try for a stress-free night. For those that are coming in, of course, if you have a leg person on your legs, then you get a good leg bath and elevate your leg, relax, have a glass of wine, listen to some music, and unwind for the next work day. So tonight I'm going to be touching on a few things. As you come in, please subscribe, like, and share. Touch the thumbs up button to let me see that you are here and let me know that the channel is active. So please touch the thumbs up. Welcome for you to be here. Subscribe, like, and share. Turn on your notification bell. Don't turn on your notification that when I'm live, you will be notified. Sometimes I think most persons are not they are forgetting to turn on the notification bell. But turn on your notification bell that when I am live, you will be notified. Touch the thumbs up button, like and share. Like and share. Touch the thumbs up button. Okay. Be it is our responsibility as parent and adult for our children. Now I ask the question and the topic, who is to be blamed and who is responsible and parenting other people's children, supervising other people's children. We are all wrapped up, tied up with children. What is what's the responsibility there? Thank you for being here. Please come back. You have jumped off the line. Please come back. You can share your opinion. I think my number were always there. I don't know. But as soon as the other person came on, I knew what is happening. Right? So share, like, and subscribe. You can write your opinion. Put it in writing. If something I can't answer immediately, I'll get around. I'll answer. I'll do my research. I'll do my thing and come back to you. Yes. Children is a gift from God. Sometimes we have to ask the question if some of the behavior, if they are really a gift, but the whom is being blessed. And if you are given a gift, it is for you to take responsibility for the gift. And it's for you to care the gift. If it so happens that you have to care for somebody else, it is your sure responsibility. Sometimes ago, I have done a live on the rights of the children and the rights of the parent. I'll just pick some things from it to bring out what I want to say tonight. The right of the children and the rights of the parent. Their right of the children and the rights of the parent. Their right. Let me turn one of these photos. A blessed evening. Yeah. Yeah, yes, I know. Okay. Let me call you back because I'm on a live now. What Friday? That's next week? Hold on. Let me get back to you. Let me get back to you. No, I'll get back to you within about a hour time. All right, cool. Thanks. You are talking, the whole world is gonna hear you. So I'll get back to you. Good. Hang on. Thanks. Okay. Yes. The rights of the children or the child and the rights of the parent or the guardian, the person who sits in for the children or the child. And before we before we get into having children, we we should put things in place. I just said we should because we haven't put things in place. Sometimes we weren't even thinking about getting pregnant. We were thinking of how the moment be nice. So whether it's gonna be um your husband or whoever, your significant other or whoever, we weren't thinking about babies. But then when the babies do come, it is our right to take care and take responsibility for them. We have a person who be mother and father, parental rights. Good. And then we have sometimes brothers. So you would have get help. So your next in line is the teacher. The leader, upbringing, and education of their children. You are responsible. It is a right or a privilege. Is a right, not a privilege. Of financial support. The child, financial support. The child, the parent right to custody, to visit with the child, to make education, religion, religious, or and medical decision for the child. Okay, I dropped that in to point to the direction in which I am going. Now, the right is not a privilege, it's the right. The right to education, the rights to medical, And if it's a person religious and going to church or whatever, it's the right for the parent to make the decisions. That's their right. Right to shelter, right to food, right to clothing. Okay, we have fallen short in many of the areas with our children. Very few, or let me put it this way, some of the less fortunate, some who would have called themselves poor, and stop calling them poor for yourself. Please stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop saying poor me or poor you. Stop it. Stop it. It is an unequal opportunity for some of the things to happen for you that you wanted to happen for you and for your children. On an equal opportunity. So stop sitting down and say, Lord, poor me. Thanks for coming again. Please like and share. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. Will you touch the thumbs up button, like and share. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Thank you very much on my thing. It is the right. Sometimes things has not gone the way we want it to because of many different reasons. Some we have no control over. Some have set us back. Some we can do better. But regardless, you're in the driver's seat and you need to take control of the wheel. I said, first time, way back in the days, people were not going to school as they should. Most people are uneducated way back then. Ask me, maybe parent did not see it as a priority for children to go to school, especially boys. They do their cultivation on Friday. If they send them to school 2 days, then the other 3 days, follow me to the bush. Come boy, come go a bush. I have a cousin, if I call him now, he can attest to this. When he's going to school and when time to do his exam, the exam was set to be on a Friday. And his father said have a piece of young banana or something to clean out, grass growing up. And he could bawl until the tears turned blue. The father said, you have to go to bush with me. But I have an exam to do. You hear what I said, oh? Come boy. And boy, have gone. Hence, he missed that exam. Never get to do the exam. So until when he gets on his own, then he started to try to garner some things for himself. So it wasn't, and on a Friday, school is partially empty because most children were not sent to school on a Friday, from Monday to Thursday. But on a Friday, we have this to do. You're going to the market, you're going to do this, you have to be there with me, you have to stay home, yeah. And this is it. Long gone are those days. We are in a different era now. We are in the era where people understand the importance of education. We're in the era where if you're going into a bar or a drinking salon to work, they're actually asking you how much subjects you have. If you go to do gardening, they are actually asking you how much subjects you have. Because they are not going to show you 2 inches, 10 inches, 5 inches from from the flowers. They are not going to be setting up the machine for you. So they just put it down. So you better read the manual and see how it go and get yourself started. So everything now requires a piece of paper. First time, general knowledge, run things. Yeah. So you have an idea, or you will go in and they will teach you and you learn and you build up from there. Today, which of the University of you, a matter of fact, today, okay, send in your curriculum. So you are required to put high school, university. You don't see basic school there, and you don't see primary school. You see high school, university. Okay? These other two schools are not mentioned on your paper. And how much subjects you get in ones or in twos, in A or in B's. And all of this is on a paper. So when the person who is responsible to go through your paper, to send it off to the employment office, they went through that. And okay, you do not have enough required subjects. Oh, you did not have maths in this mark. Oh, you did not have English in this mark. Oh, oh, you have a second language? No. You have to go back to do a linguistic. So you won't be qualified without going into school. You will be disqualified on a lot of areas. Come right back to education. There are Just Look TV. Thank you for being here. Welcome. When you look and see the requirement of what you are to have, go back to this the right of the parent. Good. And I am trying for it to sink in because I have seen a report, and that report have me to think, hello, what's happening here? We, who is responsible? Who is to be blamed? Even at one, since then, not in my country, it was primary school, high school, until they bring in secondary school. Secondary school would have offered you a trade. So you would not be graduated unless you chose a trade. And before we even go there, in my young days, and I'm going to call his name, and it is not allegedly because they can find it in their archive, Prime Minister Michael Manley. In my country, what I know about, he used to take the young people and he would send them off to Cuba to learn a trade. And the best plumber were trained in Cuba. Anybody know about this? They can put it in writing there. He looked and said, there are children that are not functioning well, and they brought in agriculture. And this was put out in the school that every person must learn a trade and must involve in agriculture. Hence, he said, a day must be designated from while they are going to school to send them in, not to work, to see the model of farming. And why I can talk strongly on this one? My people who I was living with, who grew me up, they started to quarrel where this man come from. They come and go and take people picnic for send go bush. Yeah. Where this man, this a prime minister, want to take picnic for go send go banana walk. And all the rest of it. Hence home economic started to teach in school. Because we used to do a little baking, a little whatever. Wasn't big as it is now. I heard about you. Thank you very much, sir. By a friend, good. So, hence we started to have home in school. And we have sewing in school. So you take your piece of material with you, your needle and your thread. That's the girls. Sometimes the boys do join in. They would have their little gardening at school, flower gardening. So we have the days on a Thursday, which we go to the garden. Boys are there packing stones, girls are there, and we would plant and we see. So you spend like maybe an hour, less than an hour there. This were building up on something. And as the days and the time and the years go by, things are more established. As I said before, the secondary school came in. So whatever trade you want, whether machinery, with a technical drawing, just whatever. You could get it from the secondary school. Now, I have seen a report on my country. I read it in the Star. And this was really appalling. 15-year-old, 15 years old child are underperforming at age 15. They did a poll and they brought out a data, and this data by the OECD, which ranked the country's schoolers together. Jamaica came under. And when I look at this, it take me back somewhere. Yeah. The OECD organization is the economics corporation and department. Now, if a child at 15 is so badly underperform, who is responsible? Who is to be blamed? And those are my questions. Now, I go back to the 3-year-olds. If the foundation is not laid at the young age of the child, there is no way when they reach 15, they will be performing. No, no way. My interest is in when you plant the seed and you water it, it sprouts up, and you took care of the young plant. No, the planting of the seed and the watering of the seed, those are the parents. A child started, their first school and community is their home. Their first teachers are their parents. Right? It's the parent who is the first teacher for the child or the children. After they set that foundation, because they started as soon as they start, you help them to talk. And they can call mother and they can call father. They can call names. They can say water. You teaches them. You teach them to say thank you. You teach them to say please. You teach them to use the bathroom. Then you start teaching them to put on their clothing. And the teaching is there. That's their first primary teachers teachers and principal and everything play a role right there. First time children have a ABC book. R-A-T, rat, C-A-T, cat, and A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and right down to, right. The parent bought ABC. I don't know if it's still on the market. The parent bought them an ABC book. And you have to sit down. D, A for apple, C for cat, and you see the cat, a D for dog, and you see the dog, and you see E for head, and you see it right down in alphabetical order like that. So, the home is the first school for every child and children. Now, the institution of school has been set up so you can keep them at home forever. Now you have to send them in the public. Now they have to interact with other children. They have to be interacting with other people and all the rest of this. They will be having their second teacher. So teacher's number is graduated from the home into the school system. This is where you started to look at the child, because this is an everyday teacher, and this teacher is going to estimate this child, not when they are 15 years old, not when they are 12, not when they are. From there, you're looking at the aptitude of the child, not the altitude. The aptitude of the child. The aptitude is the ability of that child who learn, you said learn easily. They were born that way. Right? Some person said they call it some person would have called it the bent. The faculties is a genus. They have a gift. They have a knack. And they are talented. The aptitude of the child should have discovered from that child is in whether basic school, if you're calling it basic school, preparatory school, if you call it preparatory school, or that. But the aptitude of that child should be noticeable from the beginning. When the child have the ability in certain areas, you don't hold back that child. You are going to do everything to send that child on. All right? That child is, you're looking on the child and, oh, this child have the ability to draw. Don't have to look at anything. The image and everything just come in the mind and they just put pen to paper and there they go. So the aptitude of the child should be noticeable from day one. It should be noticeable even in the home. Because when a child reach 4 years old, and I don't know if they changes it, but this was what they documented, that when a child reach 4 years old, that child show all the potential that that child is going to be or will be. At 4 years old, that child, until they reach 99, they do not forget what happened. They carries such memory. You may talk to a 70-year-old person and they can tell you something that happened when they were 4 years old. We're talking about our children here. The aptitude of your child should have been noticeable before you reach age 15. If this child is a mathematic person, is a maths person, do not hold back that child. Let go that child. Give the child what they are, what they are capable of. Work within the aptitude of the child. Most of the time they are in school, and what they are good at, they are in a class that they are far above. They are above the average of that class. Don't keep them, teachers, I'm talking with you. Don't keep them back to say, okay, it's when they are 7, they are supposed to go in there. If they are 7 and can manage a grade 3 work or a grade 4 work, for heaven's sake, let loose. Let loose that they will be able to function in the area that they are strong on. Children are born with natural, we said, gift. I remember when I was going to school and when I was in grade 4, there was this classmate of mine. And we have a principal by the name of Wilson, namesake. And he was working out a math on the board. We are looking. And my classmate sit beside me. And when I glanced down, she draw the teacher at the board. Same Way the man look, that's all. She sit there and she just try. And then look at it. And I'm like, oh my goodness. The other girl, because we used to have benches that we sit 3 in a bench. Sometimes 3 girls, sometimes a girl and 2 girl and a boy, or whatever. And the other girl beside me look and see it. And she picked up the paper and said, teacher, teacher, look here. When he turned around and look, when he finished working out the math, he said, meet me at my office. He couldn't believe that was the aptitude. That was natural. That's a gift. That is her strong area. That is where she can play in. Yeah. So these should have been noticeable from then. Who is to be blamed? Who is responsible for the underperforming students? In the city, with all the name brand school, their curriculum is different from the one in the parish and parishes. So if one high school is in the parish, that high school will get a curriculum, but the primary and the other schools do not get that type of a curriculum. And I was told this by a teacher. Of course, my daughter were in the system. We haven't heard anything about basic school. This is where you shape the child from. This is in the early state where you are shaping that student. I wanted a basic school teacher were to join me tonight on the live. She teaches in the basic school for about 18 years. And I did have some questions for her. But unfortunate, I don't know what. I don't know what went wrong, but something went wrong. Whichever. We have not. I am asking if the government do not put more emphasis on the smaller one, because if the smaller one is not being groomed from down there, you cannot have a 15, 16, and 17 is performing good. All learn at a different pace. It is not poverty that caused this. You look at smaller countries, countries that have trouble in it, war and more war, and their student is performing and performing at a level 84. Is it 84? Is the average. And 15-year-old perform under the average. 66 to 1. Now you cannot blame up there. Start down here. Preparation of your child both from home and school, should have started from the baby. Because children start going to school now at least all 2 years old. So you have preschool. So they're starting the educational journey from early. As I say before, the first teacher is from in the home. Parent or their first teacher, their first primary teacher, their first headmaster and headmistress, their first everything started from the home. Then the basic school pick up from there. I have not seen emphasis laid out on basic school or primary schools. Primary school is kind of different. Yeah, government owned. Now, you have a lot of persons go open a basic school. And I asked the question, is it for a gain or it is for the interest of education for your children? Because under a mile or maybe a mile of one place that I know, you have about 6 schools, basic school. And you actually can stay at one and call the next. Yeah. Is the government look after these children? Do the provision for them? Let me show you something. Just a moment. You know what this is? I'll show you something here. And I think we are shortchanging our children. This is a iPad. A 4-year-old is here. And when she started pre-K, September gone. In July, she was 4. And she started pre-K from 3. And the school she was going to, she did so well. But at home, you have all the teaching aids. Believe you me, whatever you wrote on the screen of this phone, she will come in here and read it like water. July gone, she's 4. Last week, the school gave them this. Now, this is help preparing her. And what her school said, she's above all the children that are in her class. Because of that, she is like actually like she's stifling, because they told us that they would have moved her. After you try and see that, what they are giving her, it's like, I know this. She naturally, and she's reading from she's 2 years old. I couldn't believe it. And she don't if, she don't but, she don't think. She just look at the thing and it just spill out. Aptitude. That's natural. What you think now can keep her in pre-K, K4, because it's holding her back. Recognizing the potential of the child and move in the direction of the child. So when you have the child in school, this is the teacher who is having that child on a daily basis, giving them work, going through our curriculum, and must realize the potential. This one can do much more. This one is good at this. This is the aptitude. Children which with natural talent, we would have said, gift, we would have said, have a knack for things like those. Have we failed our children? Here the basic school teachers are not, they have not been, they are underpaid. Underpaid. And each time you listen and you follow in the news and you look at what is happening in the country, you don't hear these are the young plants. These are the suckers coming up. If you don't water, if you don't clean, if you don't, they get oxygen, they will stifled. They will fade out. So we want a performing set of people or children. Take it from down there. Some persons are paying up to $100,000 for a preparatory school every 3 months. Have the teacher look at the potential of the child. Have we have a shortcoming? Because I would like my child be going to school, and I know this child is good at that you're going to have her idling her brains, idling everything. She needs challenge. He needs challenge. She need challenge. So these are the little ones that we need to put emphasis on. We saw the children when they reached high school and when they reached to tertiary institution. That's the time we saw them. That's the time we spoke about them. Not that they are not to be spoken about, but if you need a good crop, take care of the plants. Parent now, your right is to for education. How much emphasis you put in your children, how much interest. Some don't even stop to know if the child is doing their homework. Oh, it's a teacher. You need to pull up your socks between boys and girls. At one time, boys were underperforming, especially in maths and actually in all the primary areas. Now, at one point again, I heard that, oh, we were proud because the boys have shown great improvement and all the rest of it. Have we been, have we as parents been putting the interest there? Don't leave it on the teacher alone. And much as I am an advocate for the young ones, because if the jelly, you can only see when the coconut get dry and ready to use. You have to look at from the flower and the coconut tree put out until the little budding thing come out, until the jelly, until it turn coconut. I believe in the small children. I have donated. My thing, I didn't come out and wave any flag for those things. What I do, I do. I don't ask for donation for these things. So I'm going to help a school with a one or two needy student. I do it. Because if the child is stifled from its young, you are not going to get. So everybody is on, oh, the 15-year-old. Well, you need to go back to the background. And they need to know their worth. Because if they don't know their worth, then some persons used to say, because we're poor, stop calling down poor by yourself. Persons were poor, if you call it that, used to roast yam. Children usually walk barefoot go to school, walk more than a mile for go to school. And they used to perform so far. Now you get the bus, the taxi, and everything. If you don't mind aeroplane, take it to school. In the basic school first time, teachers were not said trained, but they were doing a good job. Now they said you can't teach the basic school unless you are trained. Then they send them for training. What went wrong? What is wrong? Now you have Google at the snap of a finger. You don't know the meaning of pen. You just go to Google. Google, what's the meaning of pen? You get the answer. I remember sometimes a teacher said, the brain of the children are soon rot because we used to sit and work long division. short division, multiply, and it's all brain work. Now we pick up the phone and we tap on the phone, um, 10 multiplied by 2 and you get the answer. Tell her to work it out on the paper, you don't know. Because it is all done here. That's the way of the world. Okay? But for heaven's sake, the young children are the ones that are going to grow from 3-year-old to 15-year-old. The little ones are the ones that are coming up to be the teacher. Doctors Dama does now. Some you not even hear people say they want to be doctor. You don't hear young children that say they don't want to be doctor anymore. Most of them. One of the things, if you should have run through some of them, you hear them, I want to be a YouTuber. It's funny, right? But parents, children, teachers, is the failure from the school? What went wrong? Where can these be mended? How can it be mended? I have seen people donating tablets and they're donating this and they're donating that. And donate to that school and I have not seen the basic schools being put on pedestal. Do not put on pedestal. Very little attention being paid to them. Teachers complain. When they are sent to school, they are their parent. Until their parent, they are responsible for them. But their educational part, when the child is going to high school, primary to high, do not think that I want you to be a nurse. When the child maybe want to be a chef, and you are pushing them into a direction that they have no interest to go. So they are doing it because of you. They went to the exam and they fail. And they fail. And you quarrel. Why you fail? Yeah. Give the child what they are capable of. I almost been guilty of that. I worked into the medical institution. And I said to my children, I never want any of you to work in the medical. I don't want another veterinary nurse. None of you. Well, of course, maybe they didn't have the mind to because I haven't seen none step to it. They step in other direction. I was envisioning one of my daughter. Oh, I wanted her, two things I wanted. I wanted her to be a dental nurse or she's in the bank. Hey, didn't happen that way. She became a special teacher. And did she work in that field? Yes, she did. She sent them to school. She bought them their clothing. The she pay for their exams. And she follow up on them. And she's one that she evaluate boys, and how much boys, when she see their performance and see, say, Miss, come into Omicla. She said, come. And she said, when they reach there, their performance is even more than the girls. You think she dropped them there? No. When she drive a car and she go even toward their parent. Tommy is to do his exam, so and he's doing well, and da 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 da. Miss, me don't know you know, because me can't pay for the exam. Me don't have no money. She go in her pocket and she paid go sit the exam. And all the boys that she sponsors did great. Some in this very country as a top chef. Yes. So whatever, don't say, let's say they want to be a chef. No, after a chef, I said them go to school to go cook. And you discourage the child right there and then. I want to be an artist. If you got draw, you will get money out. Allow them to pursue their dream. Because when you want them to go write novel or for other things, that's not where they are. So they're not going to perform. And I will back where I said in the school has offered a trade between girls and boys. Girl, what we would have said is a man trade. Girl, pursue that and do well. So don't only see the children that they are to be in the book area and they are, help them to pursue their strong areas. They are naturally born that way. Don't stifle them. And it starts from the young ones. Young Teddy and young Mitzi and young, that's where it started. Help them. So as much as I spoke about the teachers, they are to evaluate them and put them in their stream. Get them in their stream. That they can perform in their areas. Jamaica, come. And then the organization have it too. And they put the countries them and they put, there are countries with turbulence in the country, yet their children perform. Our country, yeah, but to get out here, oh, it's poverty. Oh, it's poverty. A poverty make them can't learn. A poverty that make... It's a shame. It is a shame. Because you are going to use poverty to say this is why children underperform. Hello. You are going to use this. This is why they can't perform. It's not that we don't have a good school system, we do. Yeah. But what? If the young man or the young lady want to be an engineer, we want them to be a bank teller. So we twist them from the engineering and we shove them in there. So, yeah. Work with the children. Work with the young ones. Work with the little young ones like little young chicken. And they will grow up. What they learned will not depart. The young ones, sometimes, even though they're so small, so young, the parent, they need to open school for the parent too. Because some of them cannot, even when they can sign their name except for write X. Some of them can't even make the X. They need to take responsibility to see where their children go and how they reach there. I've been helping children in school, but my children come from down there and up there. And I give God thanks. I don't boast. Who don't know, don't know. And I would not came and shake a flag. No. But in myself, I am satisfied. I have put my shoulders to the wheel. I am satisfied. Yes. For who they are, what they turn out to be. The effort was not in vain. But as I said, I don't talk about my family here. My family is my family. Yeah. But when I speak so strongly, I grow children. I school them. I mine. And I deal with other people's children. Mm-hmm. And I give God thanks that they are who they are in other part of the country, in other part of the world, and who they are. Yes. Mm-hmm. They have worked their way to the success. They have worked their way up to success. They can take up a piece of paper and flash it. They can say go or they can say stay. Yeah. So when I speak, I'm very passionate with the younger children. Yeah. You can know from early where it stands. I have seen a picture, I will soon be closing, where a mother, somebody sent a picture to the mother, where her daughter was engaged so passionately, having the time of her day. And I saw the next picture where the mother was stamping with her foot. My child, I wouldn't do that. And I would not encourage nobody to do that. You reach a age or in a position where you give consent for certain things to happen to you. So just in case you were not in dialogue with your child or your daughter or with your son, if you were not in dialogue with them, you need to get in dialogue now. Because now we are going to talk adult talk. You think I would put my hands on her? No. Are you going to sit at the feet and learn? I wouldn't be doing what I saw in the foot in the picture. With her foot is as if she were taking off the head off of the body. Nope. I look at it and I smile. I say, look at this. Ignorance have no place. All you should have done, this opened the door for communication because you were not having any with her, I suppose. So this opened the door for communication now. This opened the door for me to be asking you questions. This opened the door for me to be telling you things. This opened the door for you to explain to me. Because you're having your feelings. And this is where it leads. So when you are not educated, and this doesn't mean you go to the University of Howard and you go to the University of that. No, that's not what I mean. You will get ignorant and you make ignorancy captures you and you do the unthinkable and then sorry later. Yeah, man. This is the time. It should have been before. Because you're not a flower that everybody come feel up, feel up. No, 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 no. So you're going to allow her to discover herself. You're going to have a good reasoning with her. And that reasoning should not be a one-time reasoning, but it's an ongoing communication, reasoning. Yeah. They go turn good friend here now. Same like we tell a friend out the road, you come. Talk to me. Thank you very much for listening to me, for being here. Thank you for those that have thank you for those that joined with me tonight. I won't be here. I won't be in live for tomorrow. Maybe Monday. Where duties call, you have to obey. So, thank you. Love yourself. For those that have children, for those that are thinking to get children, think of how you're going to parent them. Think, put in place what you have and how you're going to grow and nurture those children. Society have it one way, but then because we need so and so, you have to go with one piece of paper to say that I have 50 subjects and sometimes some of the we answer to them don't have one. This is the tongue. When the tongue, be careful what people speaks, because the tongue is a weapon. I have seen a thing came out with dance. Drop that in before I go. And whoever the persons who manufacture the bags, they capitalize on it and make the bag dance. And whoever were carrying those bags have the word dance. So if you speak yourself into it, that is what going to happen. Whatever you speak out there, it will manifest itself. So tell yourself you're bright. And everybody endorse dance. They endorse dance in a way until the bag that children are wearing, the bag dance. So how you want to position yourself? How? How do you want to position yourself? Love yourself, care for yourself, endure yourself, be the best of yourself. Have a good night. Thank you.